Hi, my name is Daniel Franks and I'm a professor at the Sustainable Minerals Institute of the University of Queensland. I'm supporting the United Nations Environment Programme on the implementation of the United Nations Environment Assembly Resolution on Mineral Resource Governance. In this short presentation, I'll provide some background to the Mineral Resource Governance Resolution and overview the consultations that we're conducting in the lead up to UNEA 5 in 2021. At the fourth session of the United Nations Environment Assembly, held in Nairobi, Kenya, from the 11th to the 15th of March in 2019, the Assembly adopted a resolution on mineral resource governance. The resolution was sponsored by Mexico and co-sponsored by Switzerland. The operative text of the resolution requests that UNEP collect information on sustainable practices, identify knowledge gaps and options for implementation strategies, and undertake an overview of existing assessments of different governance initiatives and approaches relating to the sustainable management of metal and mineral resources. Further, this information should be reported to the United Nations Environment Assembly at its fifth session. The resolution reflects the growing prominence of mineral resource governance as a topic of international cooperation and builds on a number of foundational studies conducted by UNEP. The first is the International Resource Panel report, Mineral Resource Governance in the 21st Century, Gearing Extractive Industries Towards Sustainable Development. This report was released as a summary for policymakers in 2019, with a full report published in 2020. The second is the 2019 UNEP Grid Geneva report, Sand and Sustainability, Finding New Solutions for Environmental Governance of Global Sand Resources. The final group of reports are the 2017 UNEP Grid R&R report, Mine Tailings Storage, Safety is No Accident, and the follow-up 2018 report, A Roadmap for Improved Mine Waste Management. UNEP's work on tailings recently culminated in the adoption of the Global Industry Tailings Management Standard, which itself was the result of a global tailings review co-convened by UNEP, the Principles on Responsible Investment, and the International Council on Mining and Metals. In support of the resolution, we have prepared a discussion paper that summarises global trends in minerals and sustainable development. It presents key findings from the aforementioned foundational studies and presents a range of options for the governance of minerals and lessons from best practices. Questions are posed for consideration during the consultations and for future action on the topic. Consultative meetings on the resolution are being held from July through September of 2020. These virtual consultations will be held in all parts of the globe, with more than 20 meetings in total. The formats include briefings for member state governments, as well as sub-regional, regional, and global multi-stakeholder consultations. The consultations aim to obtain feedback on the governance of the extractive industries, understand the political landscape as well as regional needs. More specifically, and requested by the UNEA 4 resolution, the consultations will also help identify best practices and knowledge gaps, assess governance options, and consider common elements of interest for next steps. We are inviting written submissions on the consultation questions outlined in the discussion paper. A survey link is available to submit feedback, or please send submissions to our email address. We are encouraging the public to submit short videos, and we have developed a podcast series, the Mineral Governance Podcast, where I speak with special guests about the big issues facing minerals and sustainability. Findings from the regional consultations will feed into the report on the implementation on the resolution, which will be presented to the UNEA at its fifth session in February 2021. While the discussion paper outlines a wide range of questions that we are interested in hearing your views on, the key consultation questions that will guide the consultation meetings are: what are the most pressing mineral resource governance challenges in your region, and what initiatives and approaches would help to address these challenges? What good or best practice examples can inspire sustainable or responsible development in the extraction, use and management of minerals? Specifically, are there any related to mine tailings and sand extraction? And based on the mineral resource governance challenges and gaps in your region, what themes and issues should be the focus of future action, including by international or UN bodies, on mineral resource governance? We'd like to encourage you to make your voice heard as part of this process by making a submission. We have a dedicated webpage on the Green Growth Knowledge platform where you can find out more and get involved. And finally, thanks for your time. We look forward to learning more as we move through this process.